I even sometimes get lost when my dad's telling stories. He remembers milking cows up there before school.
Sam Stabner is a fifth-generation farmer at Whittier Farms in Sutton, Massachusetts. While she helps out in a variety of roles, the nature of her work may come as a surprise.
My job at the farm is connecting our community with what we do. If you told my grandfather that my job at the farm would have been connecting the public, primarily over the internet, I think he would have laughed. I really do.
Whittier Farms is part of the Cabot Creamery Cooperative. Like the more than 800 other co-op members, they send their milk to a local facility where it's turned primarily into butter and cheese sold under the Cabot brand.
Not every farm has the resources to sell their own product, right? They don't have processing plant or branding or marketing, but by putting their milk together in a co-op, they can get economies of scale, and working together, they can collectively market their product so they can get a better price.
But the Whittier family still connects with the community through their farm store, where they sell those Cabot products, baked goods made with Cabot dairy, of course, and their own fresh local beef.
We have people coming in saying, I heard about your steak.
Yeah.
And that's when you can sell them your steak. So
You
people have heard about it.
Good-looking beef here.
Yeah. I don't eat it anywhere else. It's all set up so that the vet can visit.
Stabner took us all over the farm, sharing family stories from years past.
In 1945, my great-grandfather Harold, his brother, and their father bought our two foundation Holsteins. So Holstein is the breed of dairy cow, and they got into the dairy market. In our community, we're a big farm because we do crop a large landmass. We have 75 cows. That's bigger than average in Massachusetts. But if you look at the region, we're small. If you look at us nationally, we're very tiny.
Today, the farm is nearly 500 acres, 380 of which are protected through a Massachusetts agricultural preservation restriction. By protecting the land, the Whittier family ensured the land will be farmed for decades to come.
Our roots are very, very strong in dairy, beef, and vegetables. And that's what it is for us.
Dairy farming has never been an easy career path. Today, between pressure from land developers and the challenging economics behind dairy farming, the industry as a whole has shrunk. There are still about 1,000 dairy farms in New England, but the region has lost 10,000 farms in just the last 50 years. Jamie Robertson from Bohannon Farm recalls the early 2000s being a particularly rough time.
If you remember back then, fuel was really expensive. And when fuel gets really expensive, that drives grain through the roof. And then on top of those two things, milk price dropped down to where it hadn't been for 15 or 20 years. Kind of hit us hard.
Milk itself doesn't make a lot of money. It's not even sustainable, really.
Many dairy farms are turning to other sources of income, like agritourism and farm stores.
The goal in the future is to actually bring it back to the farm where we started, make a farm where visitors can come, learn about the farming.
We wanted to diversify in a way that was thoughtful and worked for our family and spoke to our community about what we believed in. So we opened up Barstow's Dairy Store and Bakery.
There's still ups and downs. It's just that the downs aren't quite as deep as they used to be.
These farming families have an uncommon commitment not just to the industry and their animals, but to the land itself.
We're keeping land open, which is so important for wildlife habitat and groundwater. It's good for climate resilience and food security here in the Pioneer Valley.
You have to be passionate. I think that's what brought me back to the family farm. You have to be passionate, and you have to use what you've been given.
3 of the 4 farms we visited are part of New England Dairy, a nonprofit that promotes dairy farming and dairy products and represents local farmers. New England Dairy works with farmers in 6 states, including eastern New York. Maine has its own Dairy and Nutrition Council. Still to come, back to Richardson's for dessert.